Hey, Steve Trang, Real Estate Disruptors, and in this video, you're actually going to watch me run an actual buy appointment inside someone's home. So you've heard me talk about Sales Disruptors, our sales training program, how we've actually trained the top house buyers in the country on how to buy houses at deep margins, but we've never actually shared with you actual footage of us running appointments. So we wanted to share this with you so that you can see it, because only those that have paid us in the past have had the opportunity to watch this footage. So I hope you guys get a ton of value, enjoy this video, and if you like it, maybe join us inside our sales community. Hope you get a lot out of this. Okay, so thank you for having us over. I appreciate that. I understand you've been talking to David, so we had a chance to talk a little bit, kind of go over the notes, but I always like to hear directly from the homeowner, because it's kind of hard to capture all the attention in the notes. Is that okay?
Sure.
Because some of the questions might be the same.
Okay.
Okay. So before we get into all that, can I share with you how our appointments normally go?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So first of all, thank you again for inviting me into your home. I really do appreciate that, especially on a Friday night. Probably have some more fun things to do. Have a couple
I
people
never
over.
go anywhere.
No. Yeah. Our meetings, they generally go about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. Is that still a decent amount of time for you?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. And typically homeowners that we meet with, what they want to know is, for all intents and purposes, how the process works, how much money they're going to get, and when they're going to get their money. Am I missing anything at all?
Don't think so.
All right, perfect. And obviously I want to make sure it's a good fit for both of us. So I'm going to be asking quite a bit of questions. Some of these questions might come across as personal. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right. And at the end, one or two things is going to happen. Either we elect to do business together, or we don't. Either way is totally fine. If the price we talk about doesn't make sense for you, would you feel comfortable just telling me no?
Yeah, I would.
All right, good. And likewise, if we do decide, maybe this doesn't work for us, would you be okay if I told you that?
Yes.
Okay.
I would appreciate it.
All right. And if it does make sense for us to work together, what that means is we'll just take everything we talked about today and we'll just go ahead and put it in writing. Is that fair?
Yeah, as long as I don't have to sign, because I want to let my husband know I had to sign.
As long as you're, say that again, as long as your husband...
I want to talk to my husband first and let him know what I'm doing.
Okay, got it. Okay. And your husband's in New Mexico?
Yes.
Okay. Does he go back and forth?
Rarely.
Rarely? Okay. So, he doesn't come back here then often?
No.
Okay. But he has ownership?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on the title.
Got it. Okay. I kind of get the feeling this is really difficult for you. Is there something that I'm missing?
No.
No? Okay. So, so if you and I are able to come to terms on something, then what would be the next step with your husband?
Well, I guess I'd tell him that I decided to sell my house.
Okay.
And he doesn't care that I sell that house, but I'm sure he's going to be a little annoyed because he went to his pension money to pay that house off for me, so I would never have to worry about a place to live. So I'm sure I would. That's how I would feel. Gosh, took all that money on my pension and a couple months ago, and now she wants to move.
Oh.
But beyond that, he would understand if I said, I need to move.
Okay. So is he aware that you're thinking about moving?
Before, when other places were calling,
Okay.
I called and told him that I was getting some offers and I might be interested if they were
Okay.
the right amount of money. I said, well, I want to know how much they're paying you. Make sure that you're getting enough.
Okay. So that's good. He cares. So those times that you were getting those offers then, was that before or after he paid off your mortgage?
Some were before and some were after.
Okay, so you share with him, you're having other people calling you to potentially buy your home, and somewhere along the way, he decided to pay off your home just so that you won't have to worry.
Right.
Okay. So he knows you're interested in selling. I guess if you could just help me understand.
I don't think he'd say no. I think he'd go ahead and sign the papers.
Mm-hmm.
But he might be a bit annoyed with me that I didn't tell him, oh, don't pay it off. I'm probably going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to pay it off.
Sure. Got it. Okay. So if we can agree on everything, then you just have to let him know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, again, just hypothetically, if we did agree, would the next steps be for you to just call him tomorrow, call him tonight? What does that look like?
Well, if we agreed tonight, I guess I'd call him tomorrow. I guess he goes to bed like 7 o'clock.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Boy, what an old fart. He's 4 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own habits. So.
Sure. Okay, so then if we agree, then basically you would call him tomorrow, and then after that, we would come back and sign everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess, if you have this house paid off, why would you consider selling?
Well, I can't stand my front yard, not being presentable. I mean, I'm annoyed that I don't have the gravel's gone. I asked him several years ago, while I'm still working, let's get some more gravel in the yard. He wouldn't do it. So the middle yard doesn't have much gravel, and I don't think it looks nice. But I like to keep all the plants up, and I weed and all this stuff. I tried to trim the bougainvilleas and stuff. And, it's getting harder and harder to do.
Sure.
1 day of work, and then on 3 days recuperating.
So when you go and do the landscaping, it takes you a whole day, and it takes you 3 days to recover.
Yeah, and then I still have to do the backyard and 2 side yards.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're talking. It just goes round and round and round. There's never a break. On the summer, it really gets to me.
Oh, I bet. I mean, fortunately, it's cooling down now.
Yeah. And I'm whining it's too cold. So,
yeah. Oh, so either way, it's unpleasant.
I need to live in Hawaii.
What's that?
I need to live in Hawaii.
Well, would be nice. What, you don't have anyone nearby to help you with the landscaping?
No.
Nobody? I mean, I know in my neighborhood, there's always landscapers like putting their business cards in the door.
Yeah.
You get those?
Yes, I do. And then if I hired a landscaper, for one thing, they'd have to speak English because I would be out there telling them exactly how to do it.
It's got to be done the right way.
Yeah, and then they probably wouldn't come back. So we go for a lot of landscapers. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so then, I mean, have you had any scenarios where you were working and it was just too much?
Oh, yeah. I have spinal cord damage, and it affects the nerves going to my legs. So I have to take medication.
Oh, wow.
Especially, like now, I'm having a problem getting medication, so it's harder to walk and feel very uncomfortable. So, yeah, doing that stuff is more difficult than if I was normal.
Okay. How long ago did you have your spinal cord issue?
Well, I got an auto accident and the car flipped over and I was hanging by that.
Wow.
And I kept waiting for someone to come so I asked them to catch my fall, but nobody came. So I thought maybe, but it's stupid because I know I don't have any upper body strength. Yeah, so when I came down on my head, bent my neck the wrong way. And for 4 years, I kept getting worse and worse, and I kept going to doctors and telling them problem with my lips. And most of them told me, well, you just have arthritis. Go home and deal with it like everybody else does. And I knew there was something really wrong.
Well, something changed.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't even step over the garden hose. I was in that shape. And then they did MRIs and everything but my neck. And finally, I was scheduled to have an MRI of my real low back. And I went to see the doctor the day before, and I told my neck feels weird, and my hands and arms are tingly and numb. So I had them do a neck one too. Mm-hmm. It showed crystal clear disc.
Got it.
Had bent over and was pressing into my spinal cord about a quarter of an inch.
Okay. Well, have you gotten it fixed?
No, you can't do anything.
Can't fix it. So it's just medication now.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was 4 years ago?
That was in 2000, I think, 2006.
2006. So you've been struggling with this for a long, long time.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really personal question, but how come your husband's not here to help you with it?
He said he had 10 years of taking care of me, which is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there are too many surgeries all in 1 year. One was major, had to have heart surgery. But I had to stay in bed for a week, and then I was up and doing the same thing everybody else was. Same thing with my neck. I walked out that same day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there were a few other surgeries that he didn't have to take care of me. But he, in his mind, thinks that, oh, God. Okay, so.
And he's younger than you.
Yeah. It's probably the problem. I shouldn't marry younger men.
How long ago did he move out?
Oh, when was it? It's been at least 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
Got it. And so in a perfect world, where would you live?
Well, I guess in Tucson. I like Tucson a lot.
Okay, what do you like about Tucson?
It's smaller. You can see the foothills all around you.
Yeah.
I guess I got spoiled because we had a really nice house out towards Sabina Canyon.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were in Tucson, you came here.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
I think we were there about 6 or 7 years. So I think we moved up here in the late 80s.
Okay. So you were ready to go back?
Yeah, because it's a little cooler in the summer. I know it's a little cooler in the winter, but I think I could deal with that, just stay in the house.
And then you would look for a home with less landscaping?
Well, I was thinking of a mobile because I thought it would be cheaper. But the one I like that I saw on the internet is $175,000. So, and then by the time I bought the property, but the guy said it would be anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000, I have to have somebody grade it for the mobile, and then if it doesn't have utilities, I'd have to pay for all that to be put in.
Mm-hmm.
He said you could be easily looking at $300,000. Oh boy, but that dream kind of went out the window.
Yeah. How come that's out the window?
Well, if you guys only gave me $320, that would leave me with $20,000. And I was hoping to sell the house, get the mobile, and still have $100,000 that I could invest. When I got to the point when I couldn't take care of myself, I could go into assisted living.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to happen, but it's a mere $20,000 left. So,
Got it. And so there's a specific mobile home that you like.
yeah, but I haven't looked all that much.
But this is a mobile home in a particular location, or you like a particular mobile home that you have to still find land for?
I like the mobile home, and I still have to find land.
Okay. So that's just step one.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so you're talking like a brand new mobile home.
I would like a brand new mobile home.
Okay. And so if you couldn't get a brand new mobile home, it wouldn't make sense to move.
Unless there is one that was a couple years old, then I might be willing to look. But I don't even think I'd like one that's 10 years old. Just too old.
Okay. So we were able to help you find one that wasn't too old, that was already on land and utilities. That may be a prospect that would work for you.
That might work for me.
Okay.
And I would be willing to stay in the area. Somebody told me there was lots up towards Lake Pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
And I know every time we went past there, I tell my husband, we should buy some property up here. You're so beautiful. They still have desert, the whole thing.
This price has gone up a lot, though. Yeah.
True. See.
Okay, so I guess so. The biggest thing is finding a mobile home that you could live in with minimal landscaping. What are? I mean, ideally, what would the mobile home have?
Be double wide, 3 bedrooms. I could do 2. It's the one, not the master bedroom, but the spare bedroom if it was large.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see all this crap here. That's a third of my quilting fabric.
Got it.
So you can see why I need either 2 or 3 or 1 big bedroom.
And you plan to continue your quilting business?
I'm hoping to, if my hands don't shake too much.
Sure. Okay. So you want at least 2 bedrooms, if the second bedroom is larger, or 3 bedrooms. Okay. And then was there a certain, you're looking at be out there maybe by summertime? What was the time frame here?
Well, I'm sure if you paid me, you want me out here as soon as you can because it's a price. You're going to have to do something before the prices get much lower, right?
Yeah, that's our biggest concern.
Yeah, and I understand that.
Yeah. So, all right. And I understand that there were some other people that came out and made you some offers.
There have been, I talked to people on the phone, and they made some offers. One offered $337 about a month ago. Maybe I should have taken them up on it.
Probably should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the biggest thing is moving to Tucson with cooler weather. The house right now is too big. Or at the house, the landscaping has come too much, and you really like it to be a particular way. So it's overwhelming. Yeah. And then I guess, do you feel like frustration with with the way things are going with the home, I mean, you could just, stay here and just let the landscaping be.
I know. That's what my husband said. This could be out of here if you let one person come in here who's a real dynamo and put it in the tub. This is their collections. They need to be kept together. I know how I want it. Somebody else is going to go in there and throw shit around. I'll never find the collections again. And I wouldn't.
The collection, what kind of collections are we talking about?
Well, if you go on the internet, a certain fabric designer with Moda, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, they'll do a whole collection and it's only out for a couple of months. So if you like it, you better buy everything for the pattern you're going to use, or it's going to be gone and you won't find it
sold out.
Yeah. That's why there's all this fabric.
Got it. I mean, when I was growing up, my grandma had a fabric business, and I had to go help her sew it.
Cool.
Well, I was awful. I was terrible, but she sold it, so I mean, I hope she got decent money for it. But imagine a 6-year-old trying to. It was not very good.
Yeah, and a boy too.
Yeah. The threading the needle was the absolute worst.
Yeah. That's my problem now. I have tremors in the thumb, so it's like, yeah.
Okay, so as far as the collections, then what would you need to do to be able to identify the collection?
Well, all I need to do is throw it in the bin and put tape on top and write what the collection is. People would listen to me. But one of my son's friends comes over occasionally and helps me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is nice of her, but I've been paying her too.
Got it.
And when I tell her what I want, she doesn't necessarily do it that way. That's why my cat is dead. She wouldn't listen to me.
What?
Well, I had roof rats. So she was helping me set bait and stuff. And she got on the internet and said you could take those little hot dog things, Vienna sausage, put it in antifreeze, soak it in antifreeze for a day or two. Then you could take it and lay it out as bait, and it kills the rats. So I told her, fine, throw it up in the vent and throw it where you can get it, but do not put it on the roof. I don't want them rolling off, and Lily and the cat getting hold of them. And I forgot that he would jump on the roof all the time. But the point is, I told her not to do it, and she did. And he got up on the roof, found some, ate them, killed them.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. He's a cool cat.
So then, I guess, if we were able to have someone come in and help you identify the collections, would that be helpful?
It would if beforehand I got this paperwork. Somebody told I didn't used to be like this. I blame it on the medication. I used to be very organized. I paid all the bills. And then I brought a few boxes into the house. Never really bothered. I mean, there wasn't very many, but just enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe you. I mean, if you got, the fact that you care so much about your yard would tell me that you are very particular and we like an organized and neat place.
Yeah.
So this is probably killing you.
Yeah. I I really do think some medications would turn me into an idiot.
Well, I wouldn't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
So someone can help you clean up with the papers, clean that up, and then we could identify the fabrics and label it. What would you do with that? You would sell
Throw
it?
it in the bin. Nope.
Nope.
I mean, I'm sure I'm going to die before I get through all this fabric, but I'm hoping I can do it.
Okay, so then you would take the fabric, we would label it clearly so that you could take it to Tucson with you. So you got it in the right place and organized and everything else.
Yeah. And I could stack it in the spare bedroom. There wouldn't be any room to walk, but yeah.
If we can do that, if we can help you organize it so that you have something that obviously you care about, it's important to you, how would that make you feel?
Well, I feel overwhelmed. Somebody comes to help me.
You feel overwhelmed when someone comes to help you?
Yeah, I just get really anxious.
Sure.
I know I'm sounding like those old ladies who are hoarders. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. Yeah, but yeah.
But afterwards, I know it's going to be anxious and difficult initially, overwhelming. But once it's done, how would you feel?
I go, wow, great. Especially if we got it back in the studio where it belongs. That building over there, you can't see, it's too dark. Yeah. There's a 500 square foot building out there that I use as a studio. Mm-hmm. And so that's what my husband... Everybody hassled me about my fabric being out there. And says, well, it's my studio. So yeah, it's going to be out there. It takes all this room, boxes all over the place. You hardly have room to move. So, it's my studio.
Right.
And then my son came to live with me after Lynn left. He started the same thing in on me and his girlfriend. And I got kind of hysterical, crying. I went out and took all the boxes and just threw them.
Threw them where?
All around the studio. So I still haven't gotten it picked up because the stuff that landed in the corner, well, I'm afraid to go get it because I'm terrified of spiders. Oh. And I keep thinking I have to have somebody come in and spray. But if I tell them, don't spray the fabric, spray by it, spray on it. Oh, lady. They'll be annoyed.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like you got a lot going on, overwhelming. Something that, well, I guess, I mean, how...
If I was younger, it ticked up and done in a week, but... Yeah. I can't do all that.
So,
you're looking at you. Yeah, 6 months. I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I'm totally used to this. You know, we've been buying houses for a long time, so this is actually not unusual. It's not.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. So, as I understand it, you know, you got between the landscaping and the fabrics. And then over here in the backyard, and then wanting to come down to Tucson, you know, causing you to feel mostly relief, being back surrounded by the foothills, but also overwhelmed with everything that's going on.
Yeah, and I got robbed last week, and I got all my money.
Robbed?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Well, went out to go pick up some takeout. They closed at 7. So I was in a hurry. I locked the door, went out, and my keys didn't work. So I came back to the house, got the spare key, went out, tried it wouldn't work. So then I brought my purse back in the house, can't remember what the hell I was doing, but I came back in the house. Well, then, ready to go, went out, unlocked. Finally dawned on me, hey, dummy, just unlock it manually. So I did, and I get in the car, go, where's my purse? Oh, it's in the house. I run back in out, get my purse. I think I just ran out, shut the door. I didn't put lock on the gate. So I think it was the neighbor across the street. She's Asian, but I don't know if she's like a Vietnam War bride or something. She's as old as me. So our son is in his late 20s or 30s. And he's got a bedroom that looks right over here. It's only gone 20 minutes. So it had to be somebody who saw me leave. It has to be.
Right.
Yeah. Him. He saw me leave. Trucked over here. Gates open for him. Door open for him. And I had the money on this thing. And I put a paper over it because somebody could come look at the house. So I put a paper over it. So I'm sure he put a paper over it, saw the money, and woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bet that probably was a little discomforting.
Oh, it was upsetting.
Yeah.
It took about 3 years to save $8,000.
$8,000?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was going to get new tires on a Corvette, have the hoses, put new hoses on, get buttoned out, drive before I got too old driving.
So we can help you get down to Tucson, help you organize your fabrics, never have to worry about, your landscaping, and then definitely moving away from this neighbor. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that to you?
I guess about a 6. I can deal with that little bastard.
Yeah.
I found another $1,000 that he didn't get a hold of. And I took it out to the gate. I fanned the $100 bills out and then I flipped them off.
So 6. So it doesn't sound like it's terribly urgent. If you lived here for another year or two, then that's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a realist,
What do you mean?
Well, you do what you can,
Right.
and you live what you can't. So what the hell?
Okay, so then I guess going down to Tucson then isn't really a priority right now.
If I had the mobile light and a decent piece of land, I it would feel good because one of the things I'm hoping is that I'm not so dependent on Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
He paid for everything. I don't have to pay for it. He gives me a monthly allotment. And,
what kind of allotment?
Well, I think it comes to about $750 a month.
$750 a month?
Which I get groceries with and allowance and gas money.
Yeah. So I guess I'm kind of confused because I thought you wanted to go down to Tucson right away, but it sounds like when you say you're a realist, have you given up hope on going down there? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, after I talked to that guy the other day, it really sounded like, a pipe dream.
Got it. So really that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But if we could help you find one, if we could help you find a double wide in Tucson with the money, you have from this, I guess, would that change the situation here?
It would, but like he told me, well, I can get you in a lot cheaper mobile. I don't have to pay around $75,000. He said that his vinyl walls and stuff, but I go, oh, please don't, no, can't do that. Yeah,
You can't do vinyl.
no, I don't want to. I like my house. It's a nice house.
It
In
is.
a nice neighborhood. And so if I can't get the same equivalent in a mobile on decent property, I would be insane to sell.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want my lifestyle to go down.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay the same.
Sure. Okay, so really we're talking about the conditioned manufactured home.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we can find a decent one, then it would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the reason this was so expensive is that whole kitchen, even island, was really quality cabinetry. It was called a furniture island.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you walk to the virtual tour, when you walk in, because I hate walking in and seeing the kitchen, but I guess that's all the big deal. I don't know.
That's the way it is today.
Kitchen, that's a good thing. I like to do dishes.
Okay, so but if we let's pretend we found you a manufactured home tomorrow, then what would be the next step
That I like.
that you liked? So let's just pretend we were able to find you one.
See, now we have to find property.
Then what?
Property. I don't mind being just on a big walk. I mean, life, you don't get what you want in life, so, But the problem is, like I told him, I need a double carport, a large storage shed attached to it. I need cement driveway up to it. I'd like a patio out in the back, covered. And and I told him I need a wall around the entire.
Who were you telling this to?
The guy at the trailer place, a mobile place.
Got it.
I said, because I have pets, I can't have them running out. I have to have some. And I said, I'm not a chain link girl,
Yeah.
No way.
Okay.
So he said, with all that you want and the property and now the mobile, and especially if it's a desert property that's out in the outskirts, so probably doesn't have any utilities, so you're going to have to pay to have those brought in so we can connect them. He said, you're looking close to $300,000.
Sure. Let's just hypothetically say we found something that worked for you. I'm not saying that we could, but if we hypothetically found something for like maybe $200,000, right? And I'm not promising that we could. I'm just speculating here. If we did, how much more on top of that would you need for you?
Well, if I could even take 75 of that and properly invest it so it's growing for a few years, then 25,000 left plus 20,000. That's 50,000. That would allow me to pay my charge cards off.
Oh, you have charge cards?
Oh yeah, do I have charge cards? I had one paid off, and then my son came back to live with me, and then it started adding up.
Okay. How much is on the charge card?
I think it's 10,000 on the one and 18,000 on the other. So.
All from your son?
No.
Oh.
Well, a lot of it is. The other one I had to pay $6,000 to the bond company, so that was a big chunk out of there. So,
Bond company?
yeah, well, he was in jail.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I put the house up as collateral and
Sure.
bonded him out.
Yeah.
And then he got in an auto accident. And so they arrested him, put him back in jail. So thankfully, they had taken out insurance on him because they thought he was a flight risk. I knew he wasn't a flight risk. So that paid for the house, the lien on the house. So, but they sent me a bill for $6,000.
Got it.
And Lynn had already shelled out $10,000 non-refundable to bail him out. So I wasn't gonna call it. I need another $6,000.
Yeah. So 10,000 plus 18,000,
Yeah,
28,000.
Yeah.
And you said the 75,000 was for what? To grow what? You said on top of 200 grand, you need 75,000 to.
Oh, to invest.
To what?
To invest.
To invest.
Yeah.
Oh, what would you invest in?
I don't know. I'm not very good at that. So.
Okay.
But.
So 75 to invest, and then there was 25 for what?
That I still have to pay off my bills.
Pay off the credit cards.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I mean, if we were in a situation where we could, for sure cover the credit card bills, you need 75,000 to invest.
Well, when I tell Lynn that if I stay here, he says, I said, what is the roof, I said, it's been a good roof, but it won't last forever. I said, so what happens if we have to do the roof? What happens if we have to do the irrigation? What happens if the tree roots go into the toilets and they have to dig out into the house? We're talking really big money here. He said, we'll just get a reversible mortgage and we can pay for it with the equity. I said, yeah, the equity that I was going to use when I got old and nobody wanted to take care of me.
Yeah.
I said, you're making me nervous. Yeah, so, and they seem like a good idea to him, but doesn't to me.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
So, I mean, if we were able to, help you with the mobile home, pay off your cards, that wouldn't make sense for you.
As long as I had, enough money, things crop up, unexpected crap. And I was able to get the stuff I need, the carport and the storage shed. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. I should have got more serious when, people were throwing around 350 and 360.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this surprised all of us. None of us were prepared for the way the market was going to turn.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was.
I was hoping it'd be like California, never go back down.
Yeah, you're not alone. I have a lot of friends that wish we were the same as well. So, I mean, really, ultimately, what it sounds like is if we can help you find a mobile home and we can pay off your credit card debt, that would be enough for you to move on.
I have to be honest with you. I did sign a contract with somebody, and it scared the holy crap out of me. I was in such anxiety over having signed a contract. I'm like, oh my God, this is real. Oh my God, what did they do? Oh, I'm running around like a chicken. My head's gone off. I was so freaked out. And then it didn't get better because after they left, I never heard from them again.
When was this?
I think last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, have you tried calling them?
No, because I went and got an attorney. So I had to pay for the attorney. And so they, told him, you had her sign a contract. She's not selling that house. You didn't get her husband to sign.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she told you when you're talking to her that she had a stroke the month before, and there's a statute that you could not hold the elder responsible for something they do within a month that they had a stroke.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the kid who came out tried to sell him that. I told him my husband was dead. I didn't tell him that.
Yeah. So they were just being silly.
Yeah, so they stalled
Mm-hmm.
until the market started to go down.
Yeah.
And then they rescinded the contract.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, I guess what we're probably going to have to do is figure out, what we can find a mobile home for. But I guess, I'll have to go back and do some research. But if we could find a mobile home somewhere between $200,000, $250,000, that got you the storage, that got you the 2-bedroom, that got you the carport in Tucson, we can find something along those lines. Again, $200,000, $250,000, plus pay off your credit card debt. At that point, that would make sense for you.
Yeah, so because I've never been so broke. I suppose I could call my husband and he'd send me some more money. I don't like doing that.
Yeah. So then, would it make sense for you to call him tomorrow and then see if that makes sense, or should I call him tomorrow? What would be the best approach here?
I would have to call him. He doesn't like to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
He gets real nasty.
Okay. So how about we do this? You call in tomorrow, share with him what we discussed. We'll go back and see what we can find as far as manufactured homes, double wide, at least 2-bedroom, not vinyl, right? 10 years or newer, storage.
I'd say
carport.
7 years or newer.
7 years or newer.
Yeah. I know I'm really narrow on the field, but...
Well, we're here to solve problems. So we can make this work. We'll make it work. If we can't make it work, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you'll talk to Lynn. You'll call Lynn. Let us know whether that works, and then we'll go back and see if we can make it work. Is that fair?
Okay. Sounds
All right.
right enough.
So David will give you a call tomorrow.
Okay.
What time do you think you'll call Lynn?
No, try for mid-mornings.
Mid-morning? Okay, so then David will give you a call around noon tomorrow. That works for you?
Yeah, that works.
So he'll give you a call at noon tomorrow. And that works for Lynn. Then we'll get to work. And we can make this work. Then we can help you out and help you with all this as well.
Okay.
Is that a deal?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll follow back up with you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Well, I appreciate you're willing to do all that.
Well, I mean, our purpose is to help people, We want to help others out. And again, haven't thought about helping my grandma. I want to say in probably over 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it brings back memories. Not great memories. Just memories.
You're trying to deal with the trauma here.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So we'll connect tomorrow, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank
All right.
you.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay.